Rwanda has not been encouraging. He's the captain of the team, for goodness sake. He should lead by example.
That's right.
The last time he came, I think 2 or 3 days after camp resumed, he said, yes, his wife was delivered of a baby, but this time we don't know what happened. Gbolahan and Chimakas, not being able to meet up with deadlines. So I think it's not good enough. He is very, very much unlike Gbolahan Salami. I think he should lead by example. He's the captain of the team, and this is a serious tournament. Whatever it is, with the captain, with the team, with the coaches, they should all resolve it and make sure that all the players are in sync, they are on the right page. But for him, I think he must repent from this attitude.
And then, that should spread to every other player. Take this competition serious.
I mean, they have no reason not to. It's like a window shop for them.
FIFA ranking tournament too.
FIFA ranking is important to Nigeria. It's important to them and their career as well. And that's why I don't understand why. Well, I've not listened to his reasons this time, and I don't know if he's going to hold water. But if you're the captain of the team, you should lead by example. And I hope that all of these little issues here and there are some other issues too that is currently affecting the team. And I hope all of this will not distract the team. If you're lucky enough to be chosen among these players, you have a lot of good football players on the domestic scene, and if you're lucky enough to make that team, you should take it with all seriousness, because if we do well at a CHAN, it might just change your life. We've seen players, within 1 year, a lot changes. I was a little boy when Finidi George was playing for, I think, Calabar Rovers. At that point, they went to the Senegal Nations Cup, and in '94, somehow it was in Nigeria. Then the next time, it was in Holland. Things change in football quickly, and if you take your chances, who knows? So it's not just, like you say, it's not just Gbolahan and Salami. All of these players all together play for the country, play for your coach, and play for yourselves, because this is a shop window. If we do well, it's going to rub off on the nation, and definitely is your selling point, because scouts will definitely come there, take a look at you, and he even puts you in a situation where football fans in Nigeria who are a little bit skeptic about the domestic league, but do want to watch competitions, will see you and begin to ask questions why some of those guys are not even in the main Super Eagles team. And so that's why I think they should take this opportunity and be serious.
That's it. We're also talking about bringing corporate sponsorship into it. Who knows? Maybe some corporate organizations are looking at the next CHAN. They're seeing reasons to say, oh, these are products from the league. They've gone to Rwanda. They've done well. Let's focus on it.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a tournament that should be taken seriously. The last time we got the bronze, the first 2 editions we didn't qualify, and we have been improving over the years. And for me, and this is my opinion, I think this is, if we're going to win this team, I think this team has potentials, because it's a true reflection of the best players in the league. And for Gbolahan and Salami, you are already a brand, as far as I'm concerned. He's still a regular member of the men's Super Eagles team.
That's right.
Under Stephen Keshi, he was a regular. So you have to lead by example. You must show that you are a model, you are a role model to the other players. He has traveled overseas, and good enough, he came back to continue where he stopped. So that would have demoralized other players. But he came back, joined the Warri Wolves, and they came second, and they're going to play in the CAF Champions League. So what reason do you have? So you must look at yourself first, look at the role you play in the team, and lead by example. We all have responsibilities, but the work must be done. When you are called upon, you come and deliver. Like Yemi said, you don't even know when the opportunity will come. Look at the team that went to Senegal, the Under-23 African Cup of Nations. Some of the guys are getting contracts outside this country, and it was because of their performance, their commitment to the team. Not many of us give them that chance, but they went there, believed in themselves, were able to scale all hurdles, and they are reaping the rewards.
That's right.
You don't look at what you are experiencing at the moment. Like Sesha said, when you play well, the team does well, then you get lucrative contracts, then the rest will be history.
That's right. I was even speaking to a player in the Nigeria Professional Football League. He says, even thinking about Al-Ali and the rest is far. That if you play for Nasarawa United and you do well at CHAN, you might go to Eimba Might be going to a bigger team here in Nigeria, and that's still a plus for your career.
To even show you how seriously the CHAN, countries are taking it. I'm also hearing that Christopher Katongo might be in the Zambia, and it just shows you how seriously, and it's not, players shouldn't see the CHAN as a step down. We've always joked about you sometimes when you want to write and you say Ombe Super Eagles, and I'll say, don't say Ombe Super Eagles, just go right ahead and say Super Eagles. And that's what they are. You have internationals playing on the domestic league, and you see, success, you know where it starts, you don't know where it leads to.
That's right.
Just putting one foot in the right place is a catalyst, like Oye said, and before you know, one thing leads to another, and the story changes. And I hope that will be it for those boys, and I also agree with him that this squad, a lot of potentials in the squad, and you might mention one or two players that you think should have made that should be in camp right now, but you can't argue that is about the representation of the best players that you have, and you wouldn't want anything to jeopardize, because it's not. Being a good side alone doesn't win you tournaments. Right. You could cast your mind back to the World Cup in '82. We still talk about that Brazilian squad of '82 that had Socrates, Zico, all of those guys.
It's not a team.
But history will always be fair to you if you do the right things and get the right results.
Okay, well, let's talk about this guy, Kadri Kana. Eimba says it's time to go. Good move, wrong move.
Well, Austin, he signed a 1-year contract, according to Imba, and the prerogative is for the club to either extend or say, okay, Kochi,
we're done with what?
We no longer need your services, and that's exactly what happened. I've been reading a lot of mixed reactions. Some saying it was wrong to get rid, not to extend his contract after winning the league title since 2010 and all those things. But if you look at the history of Imba, they hardly retain a coach.
Right.
Since I've been following them, I think I can count about 1 or 2 coaches that have been there for 2 seasons. When they won in 2003, Kadri Kana was there. He left. In fact, they got to Urukalo 2004. Midway in 2004, Urukalo left. They brought in Oke Amodi, who won the CAF Champions League that season. So it's a club that believes somehow that they have the structures. For instance, now they are already recruiting players, and they are recruiting quality players. So they believe that when the coach comes in,
just work with the quality.
He's going to work with the quality. So let's look at it. Whether it's good or not, I don't know, because I also read a story credited to Kadri Kana saying that some bosses did not like his face, but the same bosses have employed you. That is my own reaction. So let's see how it goes. A lot of coaches are being bandaged. Akpokona, Gubote. Every day we hear names coming up as replacements. I was online to the chairman of the club, Phyllis Anyasi, before we came on there, and he said nothing has been confirmed yet.
So that's it. That's the update. Kadri Kana out of Eimba. Yemi, what's next for him? Another big club, because fantastic quality coach.
Yeah, well, it depends, and it should be subjective to say it was a good decision or it was a bad decision, because until you know what their plans are, until you know what their aims and objectives are, it will be very difficult for you to like